What's up, YouTube? This is CJ.
And Sarah.
It's a Wednesday, and that means it's time for another Keto
Conversation.
So let's get started. So we're back with just a quick life update. So this video is meant to be pretty short, and we just want to talk about some things that are going on in our lives. So we live in Washington State. For people who don't know, we're still dealing with quarantine or phase 2, or however you want to, whatever you want to call it, with regards to, you know, COVID and all that jazz. Let's see, in our state, face masks are mandatory. We
have a very conservative governor.
Yeah, well, he's conservative as far as how he's dealing with this pandemic. Not necessarily, I don't know if he's conservative any other way. Not saying it's neither good nor bad, but the way he's dealing with this pandemic has been pretty conservative. So, you know, that's kind of, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it's actually kind of becoming just the way things are, and we're just dealing with it. And and we're having kind of a resurgence as well here in our state as well. So we are just, as far as that goes, we're doing fine. Family's doing fine. I guess some of the big news for us is that my daughter Izzy is back, or our daughter Izzy's back, and she just flew in from Hawaii. She's been gone since when?
March 18th, the day after we got married.
Yep, so we got married March 17th. She was on a plane the next day, March 18th. She's been living with her mom and stepdad, who are actually working on a project
in Honolulu.
Mm-hmm. So we knew she was going to be gone. That had nothing to do with any of the other stuff, but everything else has been kind of messed up because she was supposed to be flying back and forth and
on a regular basis. Yeah.
But because of the restrictions that Hawaii has and Washington has, it's just been difficult to get her here. And when we finally did decide to make the move to bring her, then, you know, now the issue might be her going back and possibly having to quarantine for 14 days when she gets back.
Unfortunately. Yep.
So she'll probably be here a month and a half. Probably get her back by, I don't know, whenever school starts, sometime in September. She's in online school anyway, so
that gives a little more freedom.
She's a bit flexible. She could start school while she's here, but we probably should get her back, especially since she's going to have to quarantine anyway. But so that's big news. And then kind of an update on the whole total carbs thing. I'm still counting total carbs. It's been interesting. You have to, I mean, you really have to just kind of plan that out. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, we did a video probably 2-3 weeks ago about total carbs versus net carbs. And
how it can be a way to kind of streamline your keto lifestyle, especially if you're having some setbacks or some roadblocks and you maybe want to continue to lose weight. Yeah,
and so I'm doing total carbs, and kind of it makes me think more about what I eat and when I eat, and, you know, making better decisions, I think. And I really haven't felt deprived or anything. I can have a perfect keto cookie every once in a while. I can have all kinds of things. It's just I gotta plan it out.
You've been enjoying the Jello whips that I've been making.
Yeah, the Jello whips.
Very low carb.
Yeah,
very low total carb.
1 total carb.
Yeah.
And so those have been handy to have here, and so we've had a good supply of those, and we've tried different flavors too. That I think we like the black cherry the best.
Well, we have orange waiting in the refrigerator, so you don't really know yet. Yeah. You haven't tried all the flavors.
Yeah, so total carbs, and then I think you had something to talk about with total carbs.
Yes, because Sarah is now trying to count total carbs, because I go to the doctor like once a year, and it's time for me to go to the doctor, and much to my chagrin, I found that I had put on some weight in the last year. I can blame it on COVID-19 if I want to, but regardless, I have put on a few pounds, which makes me unhappy. CJ said I needed to gain a few pounds, but that's his opinion.
Now Her clothes fit exactly the same.
Everything is the same.
Nothing has changed. It's just that she got on the scale. It said a number that she didn't like.
And we all know that scale weight is not an overly accurate way to calculate how you're doing on this lifestyle. Things like, you know, height to waist ratio and how your clothing fits and those kind of things are more of an indication of where you actually are. But still, it was a bit upsetting, and so I'm just trying to maybe
and so,
bring
you know,
things in a bit.
when we hear you guys talk about weight and, you know, being upset, we get it. I mean, I
get it. I'm a girl.
We understand. And so, you know, we get on the scale from time to time. We don't weigh ourselves every day.
I weigh myself when I have to go to the doctor.
We don't even weigh ourselves. I don't even weigh myself every month.
I weigh myself once a year.
But, I mean, so we get it. You know, we've lost weight and we understand how it is to weigh yourself. We just say don't be obsessed with weighing yourself.
It's a slippery slope. You don't want to, you know, never know where you're at in this, so that, you know, you get too far gone from your goals. So it is good to, you know, have some mile markers occasionally just to see where you're at. But, you know, generally clothing can be a good way to
I think
gauge
your clothes, if you unfortunately now we live in a society where there's an elastic or stretch everything.
Everything is stretched.
But even with that though, you know, when you're starting to gain keto or not keto,
there's still buttons and zippers.
You'll eventually start to feel it.
Right.
And so anyway, that's just some news with us both doing total carbs versus using net carbs.
Just trying to watch it. I'm maybe calculating things out a bit more. You know, doing a bit of weighing and measuring and that kind of thing.
But as we've always said, if it ain't broke, you don't need to fix anything.
If you're already having success, if you're having some setbacks, you know, a lot of us...
I'm not sure I understand.
I don't know why Suri's getting involved in this conversation, but because of the times that we're living in, you know, cortisol is real, and, you know, stress can help you put on some weight during these stressful times. So it's not uncommon that we all have had a few setbacks, maybe, you know, just in the last couple of months. So take it easy on yourself and just, you know, get back on the straight and narrow.
So another big thing that's been going on is that we're doing a garage remodel. This has been something we've talked about even before we got married, that we probably needed to do it.
We live in a very tiny home. If you're new to our channel, it's about 900 square feet, and now there are 4 women here with CJ, and he has nowhere to go, coupled with the fact that he's currently teleworking most of the time. And so when Izzy was gone, he was in the pink room, which is her bedroom, and he was able to work in there.
Right.
And now that she has returned, she needs her bedroom back. So we've been converting about 2/3 of our garage into a workspace / den for CJ to have.
Yeah, and we've got a detached garage anyway, so it's not attached to the house. It's not that far from the house, but so yeah, we've got storage in one half, and then kind of an office / man cave in the front half. Right now it's just it's literally still under construction.
Right, and I would imagine you'll probably put a little bit of footage in there, but we're still waiting on windows and, of course, you know, texturing and painting and that kind of thing, but it's got walls and all of that wonderful stuff.
So that's been, you know, and actually that's been a little bit, it's been a little bit stressful. I mean, because we've had to move a lot of stuff, and we've had to
organize some things.
We got a lot of stuff out in the yard or under our patio that
thank goodness we're finally having a little bit of summer
that we got tarped up. So we've had to do a bunch of juggling. Actually, that all started the 4th of July weekend, where we had to start unloading the garage so that they could start the following week. So that's, you know, it's been a little stressful as well. We're kind of paying as we go, paying cash as we go, and so that's been a little stressful too, just paying a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But it's still going to come out way cheaper than if I had a contractor.
And it's pretty much a necessity at this point, because there's really nowhere else for you to go because of social distancing and all of the rules. It's very difficult for you to return to your office.
Yeah, I find kind of weird, but anyway, that's a whole different topic. So.
Plus, it's just a good idea to have, you know,
so
some space.
that actually was kind of a benefit of all of this pandemic, because we actually did finally have to do this.
To pull the trigger on what we
it wasn't necessarily probably the way we wanted to have to do it, but you know what? At the end of the day, we're going to have another space. And I worked out there today, and I was glad to have that space because it was quiet. And
it's pretty cool. It's well insulated now.
So it was nice. I'll do all the video editing out there, and you know, I won't have to, now people don't have to be on pins and needles trying to be quiet, you know, because I can't hear. So anyway, that's something that's going on, and pretty big deal for us. But got anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. So hopefully you're having a great week. If you just stumbled upon this channel, this is our Keto Conversation segment. We normally talk about keto lifestyle topics. Sometimes we do keto food unboxings. Every once in a while we do what we eat on keto videos, although we're thinking about changing that to a separate segment by itself, so stay tuned for that. And then we do new recipes every Sunday. So, and
it is a sweet recipe this week. Okay,
so a sweet recipe this week. The Philly cheesesteak casseroles actually doing really good.
It's delicious.
And yes, and it tastes good, but it's actually doing real good from a video perspective. It's actually doing really good as well. So give that a try if you want. If you're missing the taste of a Philly cheesesteak, you can get all that without all the carbs from the bread. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you back. It'll be part of our keto family, and we hope that you have a good rest of the week, and we will talk at you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.